living color. All right, live and living color. Talking about the Northern Kingdom. Did they go? Did they go and turn all of them, all of the Northern Kingdom, turn pale, cake unturned? That's impossible. Let's just talk about it. Anybody want to talk about it? Anybody want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Okay? Because we know that's impossible. That's not what the scripture was saying. Let's just think of it like this. Where did those, I think it was 250,000 families, they claim to own land, farms. And they said before they were forced onto reservations and plantations, that their families, they went before the colonizers, and they said their family had this land. They were living here when you guys came. We were living here. 250,000 families had 2 million acres divided among them in 1865. Now, if that's so, and we know it's so, it's on record, that they went to claim their land when slavery was over. They had this land. Now, these were black people. They called them what they call them back then. Israelites and Israelites and Moors and the different tribes, the different Indian families that have been here. They have been here over about 1,000 years or more, maybe 1,500 years. The Northern Kingdom came over here before, after the Syrian captivity. They left out of there and turned anybody that was light skinned would stay light skinned. You got that melanin in you can be light skinned, but if it was any pale face with Judah, with the Northern Kingdom, when they came over here, do them 1,000 years, they turned back black. Oh yeah, that's the thing. See, y'all ain't thinking about that. They turned the Afro nipple titties and the Afro uh Asher, the Afro, all the Afros. We're gonna get the Afro Israelites. We gotta get them, man. They down there, and they're saying that they came over here just like America on slave ships. They believe in that. They believe that story. They came over here on down in South America and the Bajanian Islands and West Indies. They came over there. They saying they got there. There's 200 million of them, by the way, and they are saying that they got there the same way the Israelites say we got to America. And then we know they didn't come. Oh, they didn't get there like that. So you saying they bought over 200 million? They can get 200 million from Senegal or wherever was that supposed to be slave port in Africa, West Coast. They can get over 100 million safely to Rio, South America, but they couldn't get to Judah. They couldn't get Judah to North America safely. They lost over hundreds of millions, 200 millions in the sea. Why would they keep 200 million, man? Come on, man. If y'all saying they couldn't round up that 6 million Eskenazi, if that was crazy for them to round up 6 million, how the hell did they round up 200 million people? You saying we lost them in the ocean? Now I'm gonna tell you, they brought from Africa. They captured the women and the kids, man. They did them like that. That's why it was such an easy gather, because they gathered the women and the kids. That's all they needed, man. The teenagers, I say from maybe 17, 18 on down, man. And women and kids. All the women. And from the boys from 17 on down, 18 on down, man. And some of them 18s was hard to get, man. Because they could outfight Esau. They had spears and blow darts and all of that, man. You really believe, do you really believe that they came over with them swords and muskets and took these people into captivity? No, they took the women and kids, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They took the women and kids. And that's proof. That has been proven. They tell you who they took. Okay? So we know that those Americans down in South America and the adjoining islands, we know that those people got there because they took them from here. Safe passage, 35 days, man. That's all it took. That's all it. And during the 1800s, they were moving babies and elderly and women and babies and elderly. That's who they were slaving then in the 1800s. From, guess where they were moving them from? From Florida, North Carolina, on around down under to Louisiana and Texas. They was moving black people out of that East Coast, the port land, the port part of the country. Them ports. They got you out of all those ports because they know they would have to, they already had that battle with the Barbary pirates. That black Marine, the black Marines, they call them pirates, the black pirates. They had already had a battle with them. They lost their ship. They built a big warship so they wouldn't have to pay toll to the pirates, to the Barbary military. And so they was gonna blow them ships. They was gonna blow those old ships off the water. And I don't know how they did it, but the Moors, that Barbary, the Northern Kingdom, they took that ship from them people, man. They took that ship from them to the shores of Tripoli. They took that thing from them so-called Edomite Marines, man. And so, they really didn't need a lot of black people in Europe, man. They couldn't grow nothing in Europe, bro. All them hills and rainy and clouds and no sun. They didn't take a lot of black people to Europe. They didn't take a lot of the Northern Kingdom. They moved those Northern Kingdom Indians. They call them Indians, but they were Israelites, 10 tribes. They moved them down so they could get that sugar, the sugar cane. They keep that tobacco going all year round. Keeps vegetables growing all year round. They didn't move too many vegetables across the water, because they wouldn't last. But what they did is took the seeds and started planting and growing in Africa. In Africa, they cultivate the vegetables. Then they start moving them up into the Mediterranean and around Asia and all of that. But yeah, you can look at them now. They can't grow nothing. None of them European nations can grow nothing, man. Look at how they serve their food. They put you a little half a corner of a piece of whatever meat they got. They got a little cup of 4 or 5 peas, a half of a carrot. They put on your plate because they was short of food, man. They try to act like, this is how we dress our plate. No, you was short of food. You didn't have no food. That's why you came to America and all around the Caribbean. Like they gotta be eating good. The way the heat and stuff that they have to cultivate and grow their food, these people are living good. Let's go. And we know who they are. They're the Israelites. And the only way we are going, talking for the Edomites, the unthinking like they think, only way, they saying to themselves, the only way that we are going to be rulers of this earth, we got to make sure them people can't come. They're not free where they can come and get with the other nations. If we take over these other nations, they could get with these other nations and come against us. They got God on their side. So we got to get them. We got to get them into a sinful spot. Get them in no fellowship with the Most High. That was the plan, right? If they be in sin, they God wasn't gonna fight for them, right? So that's what they did, man. You think they don't know this stuff, man? Ladies and gentlemen, children, you think they don't know this stuff, man? These people are smart. You can't hide nothing from the Edomites, man, because they sit around and watch. They watch through the trees like wolves. They watched us for years before they come back down out of the mountains, out of the caves, out of them caves, man. They watched us and made sure we had forgave them. Well, the people made sure the people probably that actually ran them up in those caves, those 90 steps they took, making sure that that they were dead or had forgotten them or forgave them. So before they came down and started mingling with us during the Dark Ages, you know. So they made sure it was safe. And then they came and sat beside us, learned everything. We taught them how to bathe, how to speak English, how to talk, how to eat, you know. And you know they knew how to eat them roots and vegetables, and I mean roots and green leaves. That's why they said a Mediterranean diet. They lived off of that green stuff that was growing on the valleys of the mountains up there, in them caves. They had valleys up there, and we didn't know it. We didn't know it, but they had those valleys up there, and they could pull them plants. That's why they could tell you what every green thing, every green they can tell you what every edible plant in your backyard. They can tell you how it's edible. I'm sure they did modern science and everything. They did that, They did that. But they knew it then. That's how they survived up in those mountains, man. In those caves, eating green stuff. They stayed lean, you know. I'm pretty sure they was eating their babies and stuff too up there. Maybe not, because they was trying to come back. Yeah, they could always come down and walk in the woods and gather up food if they wanted to, you know. But that's why you see them praising rock climbing, man, because that saved their life, man. That saved their life being able to climb up them rocks like that, man, to cling to that rock and climb up. That was a lifesaver to them, and they know it, and that's why they promote climbing those rocks, up them rocks like that. That saved them. There wasn't no way. You right now, you ain't gonna get most of us without that rope they tied to. You ain't gonna get us to climb up them rocks. So when those 30, they had 30 of them, 10 women and 20 men. My goodness, they had them, and when we changed, that's all was left of Edomites. All the nations that got together and got tired. We was tired of them. They was tired of them because they was happy. They the devils on the earth, so they was wreaking havoc on the earth. They was trying to get started what they did now, what they're doing now. Destroy the earth. Destroy the earth. Tearing it up, trying to figure it out and make it better. They're gonna make it better than God made it. So that's his thinking. That's Esau's thinking. If it ain't broke, why try to fix it, Esau? Esau, get your hand off of that. What you doing? Why you poisoning the fish? I want to see what kind of poison work and put it on the fish first. Oh man, Esau's crazy, man. Esau is crazy. So yeah, there's no way. When we tell the story, it ain't gonna hurt. It ain't gonna hurt the Bible. Ain't nothing I'm saying going against the Bible about the slave trade. Everything I'm saying is scripture. Mark 13:25 through 30. And hey, Mark 35 through 38. I mean Matthew. Jesus talked about the tare, the wheat and the tare. Yahweh, the Most High, talked about the wheat and the tare, you know. And so I made it back home now. Okay. So yeah, I'm just sitting out here saying, what the heck? What the heck? Nobody wants to talk about it. But before we can gather together, we're going to have all this stuff together, man. Before we can gather back together, man. So scholars like myself and people who not tied into uh, a script, but actually studying history, Kui Mayo, Ethan with IUIC, Nate, but Nate is really he's saying the same thing I'm saying. He try not to say it too loud, but he taught us all of this. He got me thinking like this first. But reading the scriptures. I didn't know nothing about I read the Bible, but I didn't know how they I watched him first. General Yohana, uh Zabak, uh man, all those guys, man. Gorilla bad boy. All those boys, man. So we thank God, but we're gonna get it together because we got. You said, why does he keep arguing about this and that, man? I'm trying to get these people, man. I'm trying to go get these people and do what the Most High say. Gather together. It's gonna happen, but it ain't gonna just happen. And so the Most High got to do it. No, he ain't gonna do it. He said he gonna get us to do it. So that's what we doing. We gotta let them know. Because as soon as they can go back to keeping the 1/3, as soon as they can go back, know the truth, and go back in our kingdom.